Alright, my computer's running a little low. I got only 12 gigabytes left. We're on B28, Native Americans. We have tax and welfare, children, administration of children and families with tribal program law guidance, governance. We have Bureau of Indian Services, which is okay, continuing on. B29, Leslie's Post Office. Hondoy was presidential development initiative with my locomotives to the Hondoy dealership. We own the Hondoy. We have B31, my Patsy's. B32 radio show. So I'm working on a classroom in Google for railroad dispatch, and that will be on the website. We have DoD Transportation Security Program, ham radio CSX, which is Broadcastify. This is 1 day's worth. They're 30-minute tapes that are condensed. We have General Tech Radio, Amateur Radio Study Guide, CSX dispatch template, um, GA Radio scanner frequencies. This shows Georgia Railroad Class 1's radio frequency, Army National Guard, Audio Kits Detector Net for Railroad, Army AIPD, Professional Chief Radio Announcer, establishing, maintaining broadcasts. So, bless you. Association American Railroad Channel Assignment, Accessibility, Federal Communications Commission, and then the missing videotape, individual critical task assignment. Bless you. The Army Privacy Program, Observer, Dispatcher Functions. Then the Amateur Radio Handbook that I read. Ready Sources PA. I don't have very much gigabytes left. I only got like 12 gigabytes left. Bless you again. Military Traffic Management Control Traffic Rules. That book right there, reading. The NISPS FBI files, and FIPS, Railcar Forms, and Castle Catalog. It shows the Castle Catalog. Department of Transportation Consolidated Automated Time Labor Entry. CIA. RDP 54 Common Car Type Weights. So I'm putting together an equipment log where this will be defector error codes. So this will take you to CSR's operating rulebook, defector training manual. You can download this one, harmonic generator cyber scans, .FRA, dispatch 1331, trainer, CSX train dispatcher, procedural instructions, U.S. Army Railroad Operations, operating safety and rules, railroad operation planning, railroad operation dispatching, U.S. Department of U.S.FRA Railroad Dispatch Communication Training Program, and that's read together. So this will be a railroad radio show. Let's see if we can open this one up real quick. So, Public Affairs Combating Disinformation. Let's see what 24, this one says right here. Come on, PDF viewer. We have FRA, Department of Transportation Summary, Prescribing Signal Employees. Let's go to Engineering Construction Course. Detector Training Manual, CSS Quality Applications, So this is the general ham radio. This will be a ham radio show, and if I can get the defensive work on that, we have the turnouts, TAMS management, tonnage capacity, train outs. So that's railroad dispatching, assist GMC satellite, DARPA, um, Dublin, Georgia Military College, assist GMC site. We have Magic Dish, like satellite dish, mirror solar dish, Rubik's underwater, satellite crack walnut, and then Supernaut. That was kind of Supernaut. I like to design that kind of and top half. So there is DARPA satellite satellites tuition adjustment. We have Blue Book Volume 1 and 2, which is student financial aid, which requires a email, something like SharePoint. Red Book Accounting, Florida Department of Education. Red Book Accounting is school accounting numbers. Green Book is rules on facilities. When we go back to provisional fees, look, it's a Blue Book portfolio. The I rewrote the this is a so you took my I took my grant, right, that I wrote on railroads, and I had deliberately taken out, so it was 30 pages, and then it was condensed down to covers all things that I looked up. If you looked at my grant files ever, or the ideology, so this can be all this can work together as a template for an apprenticeship program in different OA listings on OSNet Rapid for apprenticeship programs grant. So change it up with so we might have things like Army contractor manpower resources, Army facilities, um, education, IG staffing, um, authorization, commanding generals, staffing, acquisition. So it's condensed into 11 pages, and that's now a template for any apprenticeship program um, with the railroad apprenticeship program. We have a federal department of GA employee schools, employing training programs, consolidation, collating consolidated. So what I did was I consolidated my grant, edited the railroad out, and left the heart and core of the apprenticeship grant for different OA listings. And then we have high skilled jobs, HB1 visas was a thing, which I recommend HB1 visas for very high skilled the Jinx, UN, jobs such as even surgeons, So we have multi-employment training program, funding, performance measures. These are some of public community college technical schools. Tuition adjustment says for sit-ins from 18 years old to 40 older, sit-in. So your kid wants to dual enroll. We write him a syllabus at GMC. We give him a transcript. He looks up the books. He then uses open courseware and sit-ins in public community college technical schools, free of cost, without taking any classes, and not as long as you don't disturb the work. So that it covers tuition adjustment. We have articles incorporation, registered names. We have Adams Employment Application, U.S. Small Business Administration scan. Shows Office Administration, the Deputy Generals, and Small Business Programs, 106 Army Pentagon, Veterans, Native American Affairs, Small Businesses, Women Business Ownership, Investment Innovations. Once again, I'm recommending smart card readers. If you register your name as you're a corporation in your state, you might want a smart card reader to hand in your U-print. So we have SG33R U-print, and we see floppy disk drives and articles and Smart Bay records of the bank path U-bar, U-print file, office turn-ins, and if your home computer, you shouldn't really manage your website with your own web bank. Adult daycare. This shows basic babysitting, basic online Red Cross at $45. We have Lighthouse Adult Daycare in Dublin, which I could recommend. Toddler babysitting at the adult daycare, and that is at 611 Bellevue, VA. And then we have Army Regulation, reading the Child Development Services. Army Regulation 60810. It's about a 400. It's a pretty long book. It took me about 4 hours to read that book. So there's adult daycare mixed with child daycare. And then we're working on hazmat charters, Florida Department, Garrison Charter, Georgia Hazmat Charter goes along with Surface Transportation Board, all the ambient alert systems, FRA, PHMSA, tanker car forms, instructions, Hazmat Material Management Program, Sample Guidance Committee Charter, Petro receipt once again for the petroleum teaching, State Emergency Response Commission, and that cover. I already read the Emergency Planning Commission. We have the state to state hazmat. This shows all the different states hazmat. Um, uh, book Bookmarks that I made. We have DoD PAM's Hazmat Material Management Program, Appendix Garrison Charty Incident Command, FRA forms for incident management training, response training, consideration, hazmat incident response curriculum guidebook, shows response awareness, operations level, hazmat technician specialist, incident commander, specialist employee, hazmat office, mission specific hospital first receivers appendix. So that's been read. We have hazmat charter. Let's see if there's any. Here's a copy of that Garrison card. I scan those in with Scan Snap. We have the NRC type nuclear regulatory commissions, and we're getting to that. Georgia, where's Georgia? Here we have Georgia's Department of OCG Petroleum. I've done 30 states of their petroleum, oil, gas readings. So we have oils. Georgia Oil Hazardous Material Spill, railroad companies, oil, gas, deep drilling, underground, interstate, transportation, petroleum product sale and petroleum gas storage, liquid petroleum gas, petroleum pipelines. So there's hazmat charger and PHMSA, and Florida Department had a lot of forms for say on petroleum and pipelines. I don't know all the equivalents that take too long to do, even though I did read 30 states. This form, for instance, covers application hazmat and waste facility permit, and then we'll move to something like 716, which would be County Annual Report, Florida Department of Environmental Protection. And so back to the second case that covers hazmat travels. We have Federal Meditation and Council Pipeline Incident Flags, which is in the Field Expedition Guidebook. And then we'll get to finding companies. We have the DoD Defense Commissionary Agency. We have a new contact with the governor. We have the Congressional Directory. And we have probate housing, probate to HUD ALFs. This shows assisted living facilities, Florida Administrative Codes, practices. We have Florida Health Finder consumers, which the idea is my mom's old house went probate after a couple of years after like 20 years after not opening it. It never was owned because the title was missing from a guy that lived in Canada. We ended up paying $40,000 and convert it into assisted living facility. let's see if one of these will come up. Application retirement and mobile home certificate title, which you could have filed for. Revocable letter of credit um, for the mobile home. Assisted living facilities. And then new folder empty. So probate to HUD to ALFs, and then we'll go to the top of the list. We have if and the National Management NCI. We have the FDOI, Federal Bureau of Investigations. Domestic operations. It has been blurted out. Goes over warrant taps, spies, tracing equipment, and videos and surveillance via the IRS addresses, but it's upside down. Data S33, 3 hour, breaking the blockchain, finding out new thing, Paula, e-guardianship online, police without police, DOD phone, photo contest, which was file 2, police without police shows, Medical Houston EBU, new folder, chaplain, judge advocate legal services, PHMS is a e-guardianship, the original FBI legal aid, special agents handbook with a domestic investigation on the Jagman investigation, the medical mental health facility, the mail postal, the National Navy NCIS, the PHMSA badge, the EDU lobbying, the Inspector General, United States Secret Service, and scans of the Department, Railroad Police, and Denecure or Sign VeriSign. So those are Medical Houston and Adam. What did you mean? Which was a note that I had from some scatterbrain idea of the principal at school. You have the Chaplain Corps, the Army National Guard. So my sister, she takes photos. There's the DoD photo contest. And that works very well. We have human trafficking notice, Georgia Bureau. Once again, the data is S33R books, the judge, joint DHS FBI. We'll close all those tabs. So, this is a letter to my buddy, one of my favorite persons, Christopher Chris, and he lives in, and that's his email. He's Department of Air Force. This is Army program policy. I wrote him on adult film industry in your local libraries. So he is 387 Christo at Gmail. Do not copy him or harass him. Um, over these issues. We have, let's go ABA bank routing. Same thing as mostly before, but instead of the Treasury, we have Federal Routing Bank Directory numbers, Credit Acts, the Credit United States Code Credit Act, which is called the Consumer Credit credit card, consumer credit, and then we have the website to look up ABA bounties, the FA where the ABA bounties ran in the treasuries, and the DAU site, Federal Fight and Say this DAU site, Explain DAU site, Federal Logistic Agency, DUI, federal contracting, federal employment, Federal Trade Act, New York Stock Exchange rules, Sam's government overview. It needs a small business site winning government contract. So that covers the ABA. We did amusement rides. We have Georgia Fire Commission rules and regulation for carnival rides. We have 28 pages of rules and regulation for carnival rides, amusement ride commissioners, and I have my OpenAI has open asked it about where they are. Uncle Alvy drives trucks and CDR third party. This one is in the state of Florida, though vehicle registration application, commercial driving schools, students sample contract, application instructor, agent, commercial driving schools, license application, commercial driving schools, workless hardship license requests, international fuel tax and agreement, trucking manual, CL checklist, and State of Georgia State Emergency Response Commission operations, which should cover the environmental protection, and we're working on that hazmat part right now. We have a college bowl game, NCAA national office, pro set trading cards for college bowl games like your Sugar Bowl, your Rose Bowl. You print out the set of the deck, and at least you'll sell it to people that came into the stadiums. I have a pro set deck from the 80s with the Giants Super Bowl, so I thought it would be neat to add it to the college bowl. Federal employment shows Title V, Administrative Office Personal Budget, Civil Service Regulations, Guiding Training. And then we go over city spending, mill and die, in DAU, Department of Defense 2480, Guide for Application Tailoring Requirements of Defense Material Acquisitions. We have federal Title 5, Administrative Personnel, Federal Meditation Council, Service Supplemental Standards, Ethical Conduct, Federal Meditation Council, Service General Definition, Prior Approval, Outside Employment. When we have a video capturing Federal Employment Training Manual, and that goes on to the rest of it. We have federal and meditation video training, congressional directory. We went over the bottom ones. Now there's one more file, and I think most of them are. We have Channel 35-1 here in town. NFL football teams to write the for game day Sunday. Charter conductor PADFs, PDFs. Those are all the pages that are on my website, Charter Conductor. It's the best one on the internet. Children and adult children internet. Once again, my 3D president, my buddy, Department of the Air Force, Christopher Chris. We have Army Library Program videos. This is Army Library Program, Form D, Government Info, API Gov, Federal Internet Crimes Against Children, public keys and information forms. This one would be public key and information form files. And then that goes into DoD, Cyber Exchange Public. We have Children Internet. We have Children Internet Protection Act, FCC, Children Protection Internet Protection Act at the library. And then we have the title Children Internet Protection and the title 17. And that goes Army Program, already cross-domain enterprise services, DISA, Defense, DEVO, Sect Ops, DOD, POKI, U.S. Department of Defense, NIST, FIPS files, Public Key Information Exchange, SRAT, RT in libraries, Presidential Drawdown Authority, which was for solid tractors, Army Library Program 37020, and comes with a Bill of Rights and depositories, Army Library Program, Freedom of Information Paperwork Reduction, ACE Credential, Shilton Haynes Car Company, Administering Drawing Packets, American Oak Seal. That's sort of some of the ideas. Congressional Directory 2024, Cross-Domain Enterprise Services. If you pay for an internet provider service, you should get free hosting like AOL used to. You used to be able to make an AOL site. So you look at Spectrum, that it's $90 a month. It should come in at least hosting sites, and then you just pay for the domain, and we get rid of all the cross referencing and the subscriptions. S3R videos. Once again, presidential transition guidebook. DoD public key cemetery public key interchange library, NIST FIPS shows. Let's look at this one real quick. Digital signature, standard security label, information transportation, ETNI, authentication, public key cryptograph, calendar, representing calendar, interchange, computer system, security guidelines, implementing Privacy Act 1974, electronic power, ADP installations, codes, navigation of federal assisted organization, withdrawal, obsolete guidelines, federal information processing standards, key management, ESI, special data transfer, federal information processing standard publication, integration, definition, functional modeling, functional definition, information modeling, escrowed, encrypting standards, federal information processing, publication, specification, guideline, analyst, local area, network security. So we'll close that, close all those tabs. Okay, we have eGuardianship once again, .com. Okay, so let's look at directory listing real quick, see if I can't bring that up. Shows the directory listing, and it's 5 pages. I mean, that's actually the file listing. I saved it wrong. So if we apply the FIPS and the public key information of the SC3R and the eGuardianship, and we break the escrowed encrypted cryptographically, we could find the addresses to those hard to find human traffickers. So those are internet crimes against children. And there's a grant on that which says Crimes Against Children Data Systems. And Army Library Program, Children Internet Directory. Okay, we're done with Children on the Internet. Let's go to third case. Classwork Railroad Dispatch, Commissioner Army, Doctrine, shows Army Navy Commission programs, U.S. Navy Commission, City Citizen Service Officer Commission programs. This is Army Commission. We did Credit Acts, Department of Homeland Security, DOD, Sublime City Hall. Let's see what else we got. We have a couple different directories that I wrote down and saved them. Postal Regulatory Commission, third case, Dublin Warren County Library. I'm working on that with the child internet thing. And election files for GA Farm Seal. This one's one of my favorites. I'm working for the Farm Seal with the salvage tractors. So we look at USDA. There's a lot of work that goes into your food and export program management, quick starter guide, directives, checklists, codex, programs, strategic planning. Nothing's more important than keeping industrial hygiene in the farm seal, AI research, food service operation, United States Postal guidelines for transfer excess computers or other technical equipment pursuant. So trading, this goes in the farm seal for the salvage tractors. We have the FBI domestic investigation guideline book that I showed you, and this is the FIPS, the fire, what's on fire, Federal Emergency Management National Prepared Directory, training education, course schedule, exile, emergency. These are some of the ones that I haven't finished yet. We have Georgia Central Railroad, Georgia Law. I did an upstate. I have to read the lottery commissions. We have GMC. And all these you consider as a request, Army Excellent Idea Standard Proposals. So we have, we're going to look at the request for a syllabus real quick. So I go to a Mennonite church and I only go to school until 10th grade, so I would like to start handing out some of my 700 videos and careers and just make up a syllabus for whatever they want. And I'll close that down. And so these are all kind of like syllabus. If you don't Instant Command, GMC library, there's no libraries. They only have online library at the Dublin one. We have legal Georgia update from the Senate in 2025 in Georgia State. Manpower goes over Army contracting, manpower, U.S. Army and agencies. Army Regulation 5740 Manpower Agency. Using these is Union Halls, Manpower Contracting Agencies, and Navy. And then we have New Auto. I'm still working on that, which goes over some things like the Junker for Clunker, second leash hardships, vehicle inspections, hard liens on licenses, and other SAs, National Public Grant, Naval Postgraduate Grant for GMC, Public Questionary, St. Jude's. There ain't much, but I help the kids out there. And then, which one did we not read yet? There should be a salvage tractor somewhere in this farm sale. I'll pause it. Alright, and then we're going to take a brief look at the President Salvage Tractor Drawdown Authority. We have Army Vehicle Licensing, Motor Vehicle Driver Equipment Operator Selection, Training, and Testing and Licensing. Section 506 and 552, the Defense Presidential Drawdown Authority website. We have World World Agricultural Board, Department of Agricultural, Transfer of Property, and then some other transferable property. Presidential Drawdown Authority, as in for president, which I go over. This is 20 years ago. I was thinking about this idea of salvage for tractors. We'll look at AP 3053, Foreign Military Finance Loan Agreement, Catalog National Stock Number. So the salvage tractors and then sending them over. Defense Aerospace Supply Chain Partner, I don't know. DSSCA, Defensive Security Cooperation Policy Evaluation Article Services under Presidential Drawdown Authority. Personal property management for public contracts, federal management regulation, donation, surplus, personal property, exchange, sales, replacement property, exchange, seized, forfeited, voluntary abandonment, personal property, and then farm equipment, agricultural service directory. I'd like to talk to you. So this brings salvage tractors. Please. This is one of them. This shows, we got an error. So, Farmer Area Net Services goes through your different links for all your different farm equipment. Then we have government accounting standards. Presidential drawdown guidance should affect and expand. And then, so we're salvaging tractors. We'll look at the salvage part. This shows salvage part locators for tractor supplies in the United States. So here is some of the different salvage tractor corporation salvage part locators for in the United States. I OpenAI'd that. We have ThomasNet supply chain suppliers. Your rights are protected by the law. Union Mechanic USPA. The National Labor Relations Union Workers for the American Postage Worker Union. The Standard Form 122 Transfer Order Access Permanent Personal Property. Section 506 and 552, Foreign Assistance for Presidential Drawdown Authority, rights to repair National Farms Union. Um, we have the Presidential Drawdown Authority, as I read. Standards explained, explain agricultural for African. Um, so this goes on with the Farm CL, Presidential Drawdown Authority. We looked at Farm Equipment Agricultural Staff Directory. So right now we need to, let's just try this one right here. See if it opens up. And then we're done. So subsidizing replacement motor vehicles, analyst cash for clunker programs. And I do believe that I shall cover um yeah, I think that covers them all. Um there's been like 100 probably 140 different civil Army Excellent DS um, Adams Grand Tank Car Commission Commissioner, and I think we'll look at one more thing. My website, Charter to Conductor. See, I have the WordPress on that. Okay, so let's go to the OA apprenticeship. It's got the employer. These are the OA apprenticeship. There's listings. There's 19 pages. Finding test center training, employment, correspondence, Navy Trial, Navy Corps of Engineering's EMI, CDC, American Silo Cyber Defense, Liberated Manual shows 4700, and FEMA, all these different classes for education, open courseware, free textbooks at archive.org, and free book century. And then we're going to go to the top and take one more look at these are the titles: Surface Transportation Code, Federal Motor Carrier Station, Locomotive Design, Cab Operation, and this is, I have now completed 30 different Royal Commission readings on the quest for PHMSA. So we have the I call it Mission Essential, CFRs 100 through 199. Vermont, Delaware, Connecticut, Maine, Maryland, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania. I read pipelines, West Virginia, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, South Carolina Environmental Protection Agency, New York, Illinois, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, New Jersey, Texas, and Michigan, West Virginia, Kentucky, Arkansas, American Petroleum Institute, Strategic Petroleum Reserve, National Petroleum Reserve, Transportation Security Administration, OPEC Petroleum Sales, FEMA, Independent Studies, Hazmat Enforcement, Hazmat Safety Audit, Hazmat Program, Cleanups, Antitrust Laws, Portals, and petroleum facility investigation, detailed drawing, fuel storage, distribution, integrated logistic, state-to-state link, petroleum hazmat, gov, state PDF portfolios, and tanker wash house facilities.